Hi, my name is Matthias. I'm with i3CONNECT here at the ISE 2026, and behind me here we have the Aspen 4 MTR bundle. It's our newest integration between Microsoft Teams rooms and our own studio environment that's living on the display itself. Now, many of you of course know the MTR system. It's the go-to in the industry when we want to do hybrid meetings, talk to each other from the meeting room to the people at home, for example. But we as i3CONNECT, we of course stand for interactivity, for engagement. We want to be active in the meeting room, draw something on the whiteboard, for example, annotate a presentation. But up until now, these worlds have kind of lived in parallel and are not really connected with each other. So if I were to open the whiteboard here, for example, the remote participants on the other side would still just be looking at the camera view. They have no idea what we're talking about, what we're discussing, and therefore they're not really included in the session anymore. So what we have done is made an integration that makes it so that all of the applications that we have in Studio are automatically shared into the Teams session, making sure that everyone that's participating in the call is much more engaged. And all I have to do is just open the whiteboard, and as you can see, it'll be automatically shared into the Microsoft Teams call as well. And this way, they know exactly what we're discussing and they're much more engaged in the session. Now, of course, that also should work the other way around. So for the participants that are actually in the room, we can see that we have a nice picture-in-picture of the MTR interface. The great thing about it is that it will have full touch control, so I, for example, can change the view to the camera view for the remote participants. And if we see both panels at the same time, we'll notice that remote participants actually don't see that overlay, because it doesn't really help them to look at themselves all the time. But this way I can work on the whiteboard. As you can see on the other side in the call, you get a real-time view of what's happening on the panel. I can still gauge the reactions from the remote participants, and therefore we are a much more engaging way of meeting each other. Now the best thing is that integration doesn't only work with our whiteboard, it would also work with our remote sharing solution. So for example, if I would take my phone out and I start sharing to the panel, that image will also be automatically put through to the MTR call, which means that now I can share into a Teams call without my device actually being in the call itself. And that cancels out that whole, oh, I need to join the call, there's echo, I need to mute myself, etc., etc. So the whole experience is just becoming much more seamless and therefore much more integrated, where you can benefit from all of the great features that we have in Microsoft Teams rooms, as well as the engagement features that we of course build into our own displays. And yeah, if you want to demo, if you want to find us at i3connect.com, and you can find much more about this great solution. Thank you.